Welcome everybody to a sort of longer video. Today I'm going to be explaining the DC iceberg and going into depth of some of the more bizarre aspects of this iceberg. Please correct any mistakes I made in the comments, as some of these are harder to explain than others. I found this iceberg on Reddit in the r/iceberg charts subreddit posted by Royal Tenenbaum. The link will be posted in the description. Without further ado, I will start the video. The sky. Batman 1966. Batman 1966 was the third live-action adaptation of the Batman comic series. Adam West portrayed Batman, succeeding the roles of Lewis Wilson and Robert Lowery's Batman. He was in a much more lighthearted and silly adaptation of the Batman character. The show followed Batman and Robin's adventures through and beyond Gotham City, helping citizens and stopping criminals such as the Joker, Penguin, Riddler, and many more. Teen Titans Go. Teen Titans Go was a TV show first airing on Cartoon Network on March 30th, 2013. The show is widely known for its silliness and flat-out stupidness. It isn't well liked among DC fans and has even been called a degenerate show. New 52. The New 52 comic series was basically a power wash of the previous DC universe. The story goes that Dr. Manhattan, a supervillain with cosmic-level powers, rewrote the entire DC universe, changing every character, storyline, and developments already established. This was a great opportunity for a new DC story, but it ended with many fans disliking the idea as a whole. Hostess ads. Throughout DC's Bronze Age, ranging from 1970 to 1980, many of the comics held ads within them, advertising Hostess, a prominent baked pastries brand in America and all throughout the world. The comics would stop the storyline and a character would pull out a box of Twinkies, which most fans found funny. The tip: Super Friends was a show airing from 1973 to 1986. It was an animated children's show featuring members of the Justice League and Batman's sidekick Robin. The show followed the heroes as they fought crime, keeping Metropolis safe from evil. It was a bright, often optimistic, show for kids to learn morals through their favorite characters. Scooby-Doo crossovers were very common throughout the Hanna-Barbera run of the Scooby-Doo Where Are You? Show, which started in 1969. The show featured a gang of teenagers and their talking dog as they investigated many secrets and supernatural occurrences. Since Batman was also a detective, the two mediums often collaborated. This led to 1972 Scooby-Doo movies featuring Batman as the team did what they did best. The Batman 2004. This was an especially amazing show that I actually watched as a young kid. The show features Batman in his early years when he recruits his first Robin, or Dick Grayson, and Batgirl, or Barbara Gordon. The three of them fight crime often, including the Joker, who is depicted especially well and is easy to be scared by. He is voiced by Mark Hamill, or Luke Skywalker, and another thing. The intro to this show was straight peak. Batman kills Joker at the end of The Killing Joke. The Killing Joke is a graphic novel released in 1988 that tells the Joker's origin story and descent into madness. At one point in the book, he shows up to Commissioner Gordon's house and shoots Barbara Gordon. She is then paralyzed. When Batman confronts Joker, Joker tells a joke, which Batman laughs at, an out-of-character move. The comic panel shows the ground as the laughing stops and the only thing there is rain. It is believed that Batman killed Joker at that moment, disobeying his own rule. Shallow Waters. Batman #426. Death in the Family. In this comic issue, the second Robin, Jason Todd, is looking for his mother, as she called for his help. He goes to save her, but she tricked him and was working for the Joker. The Joker decided to beat both of them nearly to death, then blew up the entire warehouse. In his last moments, Jason decided to get over his mother, saving her from the fatal blast. He was a hero even to someone who wanted him to die. Batman held Jason in his arms, spiraling into even more sadness. Just Imagine was a DC comic series written by Stan Lee, a main creator of Marvel stories. In 2001 and 2002, Stan reimagined popular DC characters as if he had made them, sparking new ideas, costume designs, and amazing concepts that were never used in the future. It had much potential, but was never used in a bigger project. Green Lantern, the animated series, was a smaller show, first airing in 2011. It used a 3-day CGI style instead of the signature 2-day style like Batman, the animated series, used. The show followed Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern, through space, while the main conflict was the Red Lantern Corps member Atrocitus, an evil, hellbent alien. The semi-shallow waters. Psycho Pirate remembers everything. After the crisis on Infinite Earths, everyone forgot about their past lives. That is, except for Pirate. He remembered all of his last timelines, erased universes such as the Crisis Reset and the New 52 Reset, and every continuity changes. He was self-aware and was the only character to remember. If he knows that the universe changes, he could easily be aware of much, much more. That is the scary part about this character. Joker's canon origin. Joker once said, "If I'm going to have a past, I'd rather it be multiple choice." The Joker has had many different origins in the past. In the Killing Joke graphic novel, an unnamed man needs to get money to pay for his wife's baby and the apartment rent. He becomes the Red Hood and operates for a gang to steal money from Ace Chemical. When Batman catches him, he falls into acid and becomes Joker. In another story, he was a gangster. Sometimes, he was just a sociopath from the start. The Joker's origin will never be fully known, and that is why he is such a great character. He is shrouded in mystery. There is a form of lost media known as the Aquaman TV pilot. This was a trailer for an Aquaman show that was supposed to air in 2007, made by the creators of the Smallville show, but it never came to be. The trailer can be found on YouTube thanks to many lost media archaeologists, but the show is nothing but a dusty idea now. LL is important for Superman. This theory suggests that Superman is tied to the initials LL. It is supported by Lois Lane being his wife, Lex Luthor being his enemy, and Lana Lang having been his childhood friend. All of them have two L letters in their name.
The Deep End. Superman and Seinfeld commercials. In 1998, American Express got Jerry Seinfeld in their commercials along with an animated Superman. They would walk through various locations, speaking to each other. The animation seemed way ahead of its time. The commercials are somewhat lost media, and they can only be found on YouTube. The one being shown was recorded on May 14, 1998, Bat Manga. In Japan during the late 60s, a Japanese version of the Batman comics called Bat Manga was rolled out. These were special edition comics read from back to front, with all dialogue being in Japanese. Funky Flashman is a caricature of Stan Lee. Funky Flashman was created in January of 1971 by Jack Kirby. He is believed to have been a satirical parody of the legend Stan Lee, and many people thought it was offensive to Stan, however. It was just a harmless parody, which even Stan found funny. The bottom of the iceberg. Batgirl was not allowed to punch in the Batman 66 show. In the 60s, women were viewed as subordinate to men and weren't respected almost anywhere. They were only allowed to vote in 1920, and they still were seen as smaller than men. Today, we are equal, but back then, she couldn't be seen punching, as that would take away her femininity. It is messed up because sexism took away a character's identity from little girls who may have wanted a female superhero idol. Vertigo safe PSA. DC Vertigo was a DC series that involved darker elements, sometimes even gore and graphic images. In a John Constantine issue, he was depicted as an adult with many issues. DC made it their job to include a public service announcement on a page regarding safe and many other issues. It was an odd move, and it is remembered to this day. Black Bomber. Black Bomber was an unreleased character made in the late 70s. He was a white man who hates other races of people, but when he involuntarily transforms, he becomes an African American man. The Deaths. Batman Dracula, Andy Warhol. Batman Dracula was a strange short film produced by the famous artist Andy Warhol. It featured a highly edited version of the Batman 66 theme song while many strange-looking people dance around in a black and white environment. The purposes are unclear, but it has gone down as a weird cult classic, with many being downright disturbed. Lois Lane and Clark Kent Marvel versions. In Marvel Comics, there are two reporters named after DC's Clark and Lois. They share a striking resemblance to the DC original versions. It is unknown whether this is a cameo or just straight-up stealing characters. Reign of the Superman. 1933. This was a completely different character. Not a symbol of hope, but evil. He was a villain created by Jerry Siegel, and was a homeless man who got his powers from an experiment. Our world would be much different if we got this instead. The bottom floor. If you've made it this far, I want to thank you. I don't get much attention for my content, and I appreciate all of my viewers. Comment Iceberg if you've gotten here. Now back to the video. Willow from DC is Mantis from Marvel. This theory is supported because the writer of both is Steve Englehart. They both share similarities in appearance and superpowers, and many believe they are the same person, somehow crossing dimensions. Alfred is the Joker. In a certain comic, Bruce dies in combat. At his funeral, Alfred gives a speech. He says that he was the Joker the whole time, and that he hired supervillains to give Bruce a purpose. This comic made many fans view Alfred in a new light, or darkness. Sesame Street is the link between Marvel and DC. This theory is a crazy stretch. People think that Sesame Street, the show with puppet monsters, is the missing link. It makes sense only because when there are guest actors, Batman and Marvel heroes have all made cameos. Plastic Man attended the 1984 DNC. This isn't even a theory, it's a fact. In the 1980s, there was a Plastic Man comedy show, and in one episode, he attended the Democratic National Convention to speak to other attendees and make fun of them. Most large companies like DC tend to steer away from politics, but not in this instance. This was another strange move made by DC, supposedly just being a marketing tactic. Thank all of you for watching. This took me hours to make, so I would really appreciate if you liked the video. I love you guys, and I love making this content. This is CMG signing off.